Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
On the 20th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a new beer, actually.
It is. It's actually a beer we've had on the show. Technically, we've had it on the show before.
Different vintage?
But a different vintage. So this is the Trinity and Black Bourbon Barrel Aged Edition, which is part of the Puhaste silver label. I think there's actually a special name for it. Small batch, whatever.
But it is the silver label by Puhaste.
It is a silver label Puhaste, Barrel Aged Imperial Stout 2021. ABV of a 13.5%. This is the Trinity and Black, aged in Heaven Hill barrels, collaboration with AF Brewing and Zagovor.
Oh.
And like I said, back in February of this year, we had the 2020 edition. Nice. So when the 2021 edition came around, I thought, man, we got to revisit this bad boy.
We got to revisit it.
Because
we liked it last time.
We didn't like it. We loved it. We both gave this a 4.5 review check-in.
It pours a really dark foam. Whoop. Stefan almost made a mess.
I did.
So my glass looks absolutely beautiful. It's a dark abyss stout with a beautiful dark brown coffee-ish foam.
It smells so good.
It actually smells. It smells absolutely delicious.
It does.
It actually smells a little bit like marzipan.
I agree. It smells really sweet, and there's a nice bitter coffee aromatic notes to it.
There's also a deliciously boozy.
It's
barrel
so boozy on the nose. This is one that I think we'll probably need to breathe a little bit before we can really get into it. But screw it, let's just do this.
It's perfectly temperatured.
Oh yeah,
not cold.
Holy crap, that is really good. There's a bit of a cinnamon spice to it, kind of.
Cinnamon, marzipan, booziness. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, this is serious stuff. I can see why we gave it a 4.5 in the past. Because this is a great sipper. This is something you really want to just open a bottle of, relax, enjoy, treat yourself. This is a treat yourself beer.
Slow sip.
Yeah.
But Puhaste Silver Series, I can't remember when it has ever done me wrong. A few of them have been kind of experimental, but most of them are just solid.
Yeah, no, Puhaste overall is one of my favorite Eastern European breweries. I think they do really, really good stuff, and I'm usually very pleased with what they do. I will admit that sometimes I get confused with them and Pulpin, which is the French brewery.
Yeah.
Only because, well, first of all, they do kind of similar beer sometimes. A lot of stouts, a lot of barrel-aged stouts, but also the name.
I sometimes confuse them with Pojala, because I think they're from the same country.
They are.
Estonia.
But Pojala hasn't been doing a lot of releases in the marketplace recently.
I think Pojala still has an exporter problem. There was some kind of chaos there where one brewery financially pressured the exporter to dump.
Wasn't that Pojala?
No, Pojala was the victim in that story.
Was it Puhaste?
Oh my god, maybe it was Puhaste. Are we reviewing the bad guys?
Maybe. And then there's Sori as well.
Sori is also... Wait, maybe it is Pojala that is the bad guys.
I think it's Pojala that's the bad guys here. And then Sori is another, I think, a really great Estonian/Finnish brewery. technically they're Finnish, but they brew all of the beers out of Estonia. They're really, really great as well. Unfortunately, we don't get Sori here very much, or you don't even really see it on the web shops very often. They're so good.
They are very prevalent in Finland.
Yeah. They have their own tap room there. Quite like, because technically they're Finnish, but they brew out of Estonia.
Yes, exactly.
And then Puhaste has been doing really, really great stuff. And they've really been exporting a lot of really great stouts. I can't speak to the rest of the beers, I don't think, because I'm pretty sure that most of what we've tried have been
special editions.
Yeah, just like big imperial stouts,
Yeah.
over and over again. And I think this one really hits.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's a banger, as they say.
It is a banger. Let's hope that it isn't Puhaste that are the bad guys in that kind of controversy.
What I like about this is the carbonation, is the lightness of the beer. It doesn't feel real oily. It's got a nice...
I mean, it's oily in a nice sense.
But like if you think about like the Milzlütel, their stouts are a lot thicker. Omnipolos are a lot thicker. This is a bit lighter. Carbonation again is just spot on, and the barrel aging just elevates this in just pure boozy barrel agingness.
I agree.
And then that light cinnamon kind of aftertaste. Really, just those little pizzazz, little sparkles on your cupcake kind of funness.
Yeah, some cinnamon beers I've genuinely disliked. Mm-hmm. If there is cinnamon in this,
I don't know.
It's
that
very, very slight. I think it's an effect of the other adjuncts or the brewing process.
Yeah, there's no cinnamon in this to speak of. I mean, at least nothing that they've added to the label. But there's definitely a cinnamon, like bark kind of note to this in some ways. This one's I'm gonna I give it a 4.5 in the past. I'm going to go, I think, a 4.75 this year.
Wow. I mean, it's another vintage. And they are, Puhaste themselves kind of differentiate between these vintages. Mm-hmm. Probably because with the Silver Series, they're not genuinely intending to redo the same beer. They're redoing the kind of spirit of the beer. Yeah. That's the way I understand it with vintaged stouts like this.
And I would say
it's a really strong 4.5, maybe weak 4.75.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, it's in between.
It hits 4.5 solidly.
Yeah.
But I think just that little cinnamon zippiness just pushes it over the top a little bit for me, and just creates a really outstanding addition to their Silver Series. So 2 years in a row. Honestly, you can find this on web shops pretty easily, I think. So if you can find it, I would definitely recommend buying a bottle of this.
I recommend anything from the Puhaste Silver Series.
Yeah.
Hoping that they are not the bad guys in the controversy that we both remember, but I cannot seem to find on the fly Googling.
It's because it's the two main people have the same names almost, so it's difficult to remember who does what. Pretty sure it was the other one and not Puhaste.
Let's see. It's not Sorry.
No, it's not Sorry.
Because I've spoken many times on our podcast about Sorry and their amazing tap room in Helsinki. Mm-hmm. They're just the best.
Yeah. All right. That wraps up day 20.
Yeah.
4 days left. Can't wait to see what we do next.
Soon it's Christmas Eve.
It is. All right.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas.